While most Nigerians are fighting traffic and fuel queues, some billionaires are busy building mansions so wild they make Buckingham Palace look like a boys' quarters. From golden palaces to billionaire bat caves, these homes are outrageous, jaw-dropping, and unapologetically extra. Buckle up, the countdown starts now. Number 15. Onyema. When you think of Onyema, you probably picture airplanes taking off with that Airpeace logo. But this man isn't only flying high in the skies, he's also living large right here on the ground. His mansion in Mbosi, Anambra State, looks less like a house and more like something a prince would retire to after saving a kingdom. From the outside, it's a 6-bedroom twin duplex that shines like it came straight out of a glossy architecture magazine. The walls pop with rich colors, the finishes are clean, and the whole place screams, "Yes, I'm successful. Thank you for asking." Step inside and things get even juicier. The main living room is so regal you could probably host presidents there without anyone batting an eyelid. But Onyema keeps it balanced with a private family lounge where he can relax away from the business world. Add to that a sparkling dining room, a giant kitchen, and a jacuzzi that looks ready for royalty. His wife didn't get left out either. The house comes with a walk-in closet that could make fashion bloggers cry happy tears. Outside, a swimming pool for those hot Anambra afternoons. Oh, and word on the street says there's a helipad under construction. Because honestly, why drive to your house when you can land on the roof? Number 14. Cosmas Maduka. Cosmas Maduka's story is one of those classic rags to riches tales that could make a Nollywood blockbuster. From hustling as a young man with just 200 naira in his pocket, he grew Kosherist Group into a giant in cars, tech, healthcare, and more. And of course, a man who sells luxury cars isn't going to live in anything less than a luxury fortress. Maduka's mansion sits proudly in Lagos State, and honestly, calling it a house feels like disrespect. This place is a statement. The kind of home that says, "Yes, I made it, and yes, I want you to notice." The house features 4 huge bedrooms and 2 grand living rooms that are designed with such class, you'd think an interior design team from abroad camped there for months. The kitchen? Let's just say even Gordon Ramsay would probably give it a standing ovation. Outside the main building, the compound is loaded with extras. There's a full-size lawn tennis court, a table tennis area, and a sparkling swimming pool that begs for weekend parties. But the best part? The security setup. We're talking electric fencing, high-end surveillance cameras, and guards that probably know karate. If James Bond needed a safe house in Nigeria, this would be it. The finishing touches are all about luxury. Marble floors, imported furniture, and technology tucked into every corner to keep life smooth and stylish. Number 13. Andy Uba. When you mix politics and power with serious money, you don't just get influence, you get mansions that look like they were designed to impress both voters and visitors. Enter Andy Uba's Abuja estate, a home that proves luxury can also wear a suit and tie. From the moment you pull up, the place sets the tone with a grand driveway that doubles as a luxury car exhibition. Mercedes, Range Rovers, maybe even a Bentley or two. It's like walking into a billionaire's auto show. The driveway itself is so wide and polished, you half expect Formula One drivers to practice there. The compound is dressed with exotic plants and well-manicured gardens, the kind of landscaping that makes you wonder if the grass gets a monthly salary. Step inside, and the architecture is no less dramatic. You'll find 2 massive living rooms, a high-tech private cinema, and a gym that could motivate even the laziest person to do push-ups. The mansion also has 5 bedrooms fit for royalty, a chef's dream kitchen, and of course, a shimmering swimming pool with its own glamorous pool house. And just in case guests get bored, there's even a table tennis court tucked in. All this sits on a cool $1 million. But really, the price is just a number. The mansion itself feels like a campaign poster made of concrete and marble. Number 12. Theophilus Danjuma. If you thought generals only win battles on the field, think again. Theophilus Danjuma, retired lieutenant general, oil mogul, and all-around power player, also won big in the real estate game. His Lagos mansion isn't just a house, it's basically a general's victory parade carved in marble. Picture this: You step into the compound and it feels like a five-star resort. Two massive living rooms greet you with elegance that whispers, "Relax, but don't forget whose house you're in." The kitchen looks like a gourmet playground where even instant noodles would somehow taste like fine dining. The mansion doesn't stop there. It packs 5 bedrooms, each styled like presidential suites. The home office feels less like a study and more like the control center of an empire. And because billionaires don't do simple leisure, Danjuma's estate also has a private indoor pool, a cinema big enough to rival a city theater, and even tennis courts and a game room for when guests feel sporty. The finishing touches? Sparkling crystal chandeliers, polished marble everywhere, and details so sharp you'd think the house salutes him every morning. The estimated cost is around 750 million naira, but really, how do you put a price tag on living like royalty with a dash of military precision? Number 11. Cletus Ibeto. When you're the king of industry like Cletus Ibeto, you don't just build a house, you create a landmark. His mansion in Nnewi, Anambra State, is so grand and pristine that it could pass for a museum of wealth. Except, instead of tourists, it's filled with billion-naira luxury. The first thing you notice, it's all white. From the outside walls to the interiors, the house shines brighter than freshly polished teeth. And with Nnewi's sun bouncing off those walls, sunglasses aren't just an accessory, they're survival gear. The building itself is massive, stretching across land that most people would happily split into an entire neighborhood. But Ibeto doesn't do small. He went for scale, style, and sophistication all in one. Inside the home is pure elegance. The living rooms are vast, the kind of spaces where your voice might echo if you shouted, "Hello!" The bedrooms, plush, cozy, and designed with the kind of taste that says, "I like luxury, but I also like sleeping like a king." His dining area looks like it was pulled straight from a 5-star hotel, with long tables and glittering lighting fit for a royal feast. His garage is stacked with exotic cars, all parked like they're on display at a luxury auto show. Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, you name it. He probably has it shining in there. Add in bulletproof security doors, top-notch surveillance, and guards who look like they've been trained in James Bond movies, and you've got a mansion that's not just rich, it's untouchable. Rumor has it the mansion is worth several million, though with Ibeto's empire, who's even counting? One thing's for sure, if walls could talk, these ones would probably say, "Careful where you step. That marble costs more than your car." Number 10. Mike Adenuga. When you're Nigeria's quiet billionaire, money doesn't just buy comfort, it builds empires. Mike Adenuga, the man behind Globacom and Conoil, owns one of the most talked about estates in Banana Island, Lagos. This isn't just a house, it's a fortress of power and elegance rolled into one. The property sprawls across prime real estate, covering several hectares in the most exclusive part of Lagos. From the gates alone, you know you've stepped into another world. Towering walls, 24-hour security, and an entrance so grand it feels like the opening scene of a royal parade. Inside, the interiors sparkle with imported marble floors, golden accents, and chandeliers that could light up a ballroom. The estate includes multiple palatial living rooms, vast dining halls, and a family wing designed for both privacy and luxury. Beneath it all lies something even more impressive. Underground garages big enough to hide fleets of Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and Maybachs without running out of space. Step outside, and the compound feels like a 5-star resort. There are water fountains, manicured lawns, and a swimming pool that stretches wide enough to host pool parties for 100 guests. The whispers put the value at nearly 8 billion naira, making it one of the most expensive private residences in Nigeria. Number 9. Folorunsho Alakija. If houses could wear crowns, Folorunsho Alakija's Ikoyi mansion would have a diamond-studded one. Nigeria's richest woman didn't just build a home, she designed a palace that makes even Lagos's high-end skyline do a double take. Unlike most estates that scream wealth, this one whispers it with class. The exterior is sleek, polished, and confident, the kind of house that doesn't beg for attention but gets it anyway. Step inside, and suddenly, you're in a space where chandeliers sparkle like paparazzi cameras and the sofas look too expensive to actually sit on. Her walk-in closets? They could pass as fashion showrooms. The bathroom? More like a marble spa with gold fittings that make you wonder if the taps pour Evian water. And because Alakia is not just wealthy but also stylish, the interiors reflect her taste, elegant, feminine, and commanding all at once. But it's not all stiff luxury. The family lounge gives the place warmth. You can almost picture her grandchildren running through those endless corridors while staff politely pretend not to notice. There's also a private prayer room, because Alakia is famously spiritual and credits her success to faith as much as to hard work. Outside, the gardens bloom like a private Eden, complete with a pool that probably has better water than most public taps. Security is top-notch, with high-tech systems and guards ensuring peace around the clock. Worth well over solid millions, this estate isn't loud about money. It's stylish, powerful, and timeless, just like the woman herself. Number 8. Jim Ovia. When you build one of Nigeria's biggest banks, your house can't look ordinary. Jim Ovia, the founder of Zenith Bank, lives in an Ikoyi mansion that feels less like a residence and more like a masterclass in modern luxury. It's the kind of place where money doesn't just buy beauty, it buys brains too. From the outside, the mansion blends sleek glass panels with bold architecture, a look that says boardroom meets ballroom. The driveway is so polished it practically reflects your car back at you, while the entrance is guarded with a subtle, "You're welcome, but only if you belong here" kind of vibe. Inside, technology takes the spotlight. Motion-sensitive lights, automated curtains, and security systems so advanced they could probably detect your mood before you enter the living room. The interiors mix business-class elegance with homely warmth. Multiple lounges with designer sofas, a dining room big enough for a shareholders meeting, and a home office that looks more powerful than some government ministries. The bedrooms are plush, complete with walk-in closets that could double as mini shopping malls. And because Ovia is known for his taste in art, the walls are adorned with pieces that could make an auctioneer faint with excitement. Step outside, and it's pure calm. A blue-tiled swimming pool, gardens trimmed with almost military precision, and terraces perfect for quiet evenings. Number 7. Femi Otedola. Femi Otedola is not just known for his business empire. He's also famous for spoiling his family with the finer things in life. His Banana Island mansion proves exactly that. Sitting right on the waterfront, the house looks less like a home and more like the Lagos branch of paradise. Pulling up to the gates, you're greeted by a structure so modern it could be featured in an international architecture magazine. Wide glass walls frame the view of the Atlantic, while the compound stretches out with enough space for Otedola's fleet of exotic cars, Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, and even the famous G-Wagon birthday gifts he once gave his daughters. If there were ever a driveway made for Instagram, this is it. Inside, the mansion is bright, airy, and effortlessly luxurious. High ceilings make the living rooms feel like ballrooms, the dining area looks straight out of a Michelin star restaurant, and the private lounges carry that "just relax your home" energy. The kitchen? A culinary playground, perfect for chefs, or for the billionaire himself to sneak in and fry plantain if he feels like it. The outdoor deck steals the show. A shimmering pool seems to spill into the ocean, while a private dock waits for yachts and speedboats. On quiet evenings, you can imagine Otedola sipping wine while Lagos sparkles in the distance. This isn't just real estate, it's lifestyle perfected, where every corner says, "I worked hard, now I live soft." Number 6. Tony Elumelu. Tony Elumelu is the kind of man who built an empire and still found time to make philanthropy look stylish. So, of course, his Ikoyi mansion isn't just a house, it's a villa that blends business power with vacation vibes. The moment you step onto the compound, you feel the difference. The exterior is sleek and modern, designed with clean lines that almost look like they were drawn with a ruler blessed by an architect. The walls are finished in warm tones, giving the mansion a glow that says, "Welcome, but only if you can pronounce entrepreneurship properly." Inside, the living spaces are bold, yet relaxed. Think wide lounges with plush designer sofas, floor-to-ceiling windows that pour in natural light, and a dining hall that could host the entire UBA board without breaking a sweat. His private study is the crown jewel, stacked with books, awards, and the kind of quiet energy that says billion-dollar ideas are born here. Bedrooms come in suites rather than rooms, each with its own personality, balconies, and walk-in closets that would make even the calmest person start rearranging outfits. The kitchen is fitted with world-class appliances, ready for gourmet chefs or a quick bowl of eBay on a busy day. Step outside and the villa flows into manicured gardens, a sparkling pool, and an outdoor lounge perfect for those legendary Elumelu family gatherings. Number 5. Arthur Ease.
Thank you very much. Channel. It's one of the most powerful television I like to watch. Buhari is a man sent by God. God gives power.
Arthur Ease isn't called the Prince of Africa for nothing. The oil magnate, philanthropist, and political kingmaker built a mansion in Anambra State that looks like it was shipped straight out of a royal fairy tale, only this fairy tale is coated in marble and gold. From the outside, the palace stretches wide with bold architecture that practically announces itself from down the street. Giant gates open into a compound so large it could host a football match, complete with water fountains that sparkle like liquid diamonds under the sun. It's the sort of place where even the driveway looks like it should have its own security detail. Inside, the interiors scream royalty. Chandeliers cascade from impossibly high ceilings, floors shine with imported marble, and the furniture looks like it was hand-picked from the finest designers across Europe. The dining hall feels built for banquets, while the lounges carry a mix of grandeur and warmth, reminding you that, for all the extravagance, this is still a family home. Arthur Ease's love for culture and power shows in every detail. There are private halls for hosting dignitaries, prayer rooms that double as sanctuaries, and suites that could rival presidential hotels. His garage? A museum of luxury cars lined up as if they were waiting to be admired by history itself. Number 4. Emeka Offor. Emeka Offor, the oil and power mogul from Anambra State, is not the type to live quietly. His mansion in Orefite is the kind of home that makes visitors forget whether they came for business, pleasure, or just to stare. It's huge, imposing, and dressed up like it knows it belongs to a man of serious influence. The compound alone is a showpiece. Massive gates usher you into sprawling grounds lined with gardens, fountains, and driveways that could pass as private boulevards. Security? Ironclad. This is a man whose home is as fortified as his business interests. Inside, the mansion doesn't disappoint. Multiple living rooms are designed with heavy luxury in mind. Think plush sofas, polished marble floors, and chandeliers that look like they were custom-made in Europe. The dining hall is long enough to feel like a royal court, while the private lounges provide softer, cozier corners for family life. His home office is the definition of power space, with shelves full of books, art, and mementos that remind you this is a man who sits comfortably in both boardrooms and political circles. Bedrooms are nothing short of presidential suites, each dripping in comfort and style. Outside, a sparkling swimming pool, manicured lawns, and entertainment areas make the estate just as alive as the interiors. The garage, of course, is a collector's dream, filled with top-class rides ready for display. Number 3. Orji Uzor Kalu.
I made so much money on that 24 years. So you can.
So you didn't benefit from being a governor?
No.
When you name your house Camp Nea after your daughter, you already know it's more than just a home. It's a legacy. Orji Uzor Kalu, businessman and former governor of Abia State, built one of Nigeria's most famous private residences in Igbir, Abia. And calling it a mansion almost feels disrespectful. This estate is practically a small city with streetlights, guest houses, and enough space to host an entire festival. The gates swing open to reveal a compound that stretches as far as the eye can see. The main building towers like a castle, its design blending Nigerian opulence with a touch of European flair. It's painted in pristine white, which gleams so brightly under the sun you might wonder if sunglasses should be mandatory before visiting. Inside the mansion is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Multiple living rooms flow with luxury furniture, marble floors, and chandeliers so grand they could make a ballroom jealous. The dining room? Large enough to seat a small army, or at least a very hungry political rally. Bedrooms are designed as suites, each one a mix of elegance and comfort. And then there are the extras. A chapel for worship, separate quarters for guests, sprawling gardens, and recreational areas that make the estate feel alive. Rumor has it that Camp Nnewi cost billions to complete, and when you walk through it, you don't doubt it for a second. Number 2. Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
This is going very well. I'm very, very confident that this election, free and fair.
In Lagos, some streets are famous for traffic, some for food, but Bourdion Road? It's famous because Bola Ahmed Tinubu lives there. His mansion doesn't just sit on the street, it defines it. Mention Bourdion, and most Lagosians will point straight to his gates without blinking. From the outside, the place is a fortress. Towering fences, iron gates, and security so tight you'd think the house was guarding the city itself. The compound is massive, with driveways wide enough for convoys to glide in gracefully, because of course, when you're Tinubu, you don't arrive alone. Inside, the mood shifts from fortress to palace. Vast living rooms shine with marble floors and chandeliers that look like they came with their own passports. The dining hall could double as a campaign venue, while the lounges are warm enough for family time or a political strategy session disguised as tea. The mansion doesn't stop indoors. Gardens bloom like they've signed a contract to stay perfect, and the terraces give sweeping views of Ikoyi that could make even longtime residents jealous. Guest wings are so plush that visiting dignitaries may be tempted to extend their short stays. But what really makes this house stand out isn't just its size or sparkle, it's the fact that Bourdion has become shorthand for power in Lagos. Number 1. Aliko Dangote.
A wealthy family. My late great-grandfather in the 1940s was actually the richest, West African.
When you're the richest man in Africa, you don't just buy a house, you build a statement. Aliko Dangote's residence in Abuja is one of those rare homes that manages to look powerful and welcoming at the same time. It's not flashy in the gold-coated everything way, but classy in the money whispered here kind of way. From the gates, the mansion spreads across sprawling grounds that feel more presidential villa than private home. Wide driveways lead to gardens trimmed to perfection, and the air itself seems calmer once you step inside. Guests often say it feels less like visiting someone's house and more like checking into a 5-star retreat. Inside, the design leans toward elegance over excess. High ceilings, spacious lounges, and soft lighting make the interiors feel open yet intimate. The main living room could easily host heads of state without looking crowded, while the dining hall sets the stage for meals that are equal parts business and pleasure. Dangote's private study is legendary. Shelves lined with books, documents, and reminders of the empire he quietly built. The bedrooms are suites that balance comfort and grandeur, while the kitchen is fitted with everything a billionaire's chef could dream of. Outside, a pool glitters under the Abuja sun, with terraces perfect for quiet evenings away from the boardroom battles. They say money can't buy happiness, but in Nigeria, it can definitely buy a mansion with 20 rooms, 10 cars, and a swimming pool shinier than your future. Now, which one's your favorite? Tell us, and don't forget to subscribe for more luxury tours.